rise for the national anthem, which will be performed by the BHS choir under the direction of Ms. Sarah Heron.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome everyone to the Class of 2020 graduation ceremony. This is certainly not the ceremony I envisioned when we first talked about this day back in September. I pictured us being together, like actually being together, in the spring, into senior week, and on this graduation day. That's not what we got, is it? As I thought about it though, I realized you shouldn't let this pandemic change the arc of your life. The journey you are on might get altered because of what we're experiencing, but that really shouldn't change who's on the journey. So in the midst of these disruptions to your life, be who you are until you figure out who you are. I know that sounds kind of strange, be who you are until you figure out who you are, but that really is the arc of your life. I actually like being me, but it took a while to figure out who I was. In high school, which was in the 80s, I lived through popped collars, barracuda jackets, Adidas Stan Smiths, and Izod. But I didn't really know what the heck any of those were. I think my mom shopped for most of my clothes. Part of being me meant I was sometimes embarrassed about who I was because I leaned away from what was trendy. At one point, I wore a beret and I had my ear pierced. I was usually pretty happy in my own skin, but it's certainly been an ongoing journey to become me. I also escape from myself sometimes, and that's part of figuring out who I am too. I have some simple escapes like reading or playing COD or even dressing up during Spirit Week. I get to test out other ways of being when I do those things. The big escape you all know about is LARPing. I started the LARP club here at school, and while it's a great club to have at a high school, there's a selfish part of me that it gets to escape from being me. I think one of my favorite characters I played was Cook. He was a pretty simple guy with simple goals in life, but sometimes he wouldn't act the same way Bob Jazokis would. It's good to test out other ways of being, and LARP let me do that. In the end, Cook ended up getting eaten himself by a band of orcs. That's not a good way of being, but c'est la vie. To this day, I still change. I'm still on my arc of life, and I'm still figuring out who I am. I look back at those photos from high school with my black beret, or I look at my college yearbook and I have hair down to the middle of my back. I think, yikes, who is that guy? Under those images, though, I know I was working and thinking and asking questions and trying to figure out who to be. In the last 10 years as an assistant principal, I talked to a lot of students after things didn't go so well for them. I used to ask freshmen and sophomores to try to imagine who they would be as seniors. And then I'd ask them to step into the shoes of their imagined older self to become who they were going to be. Today, I'm certainly not the person I was in high school. In fact, Mr. Fournier probably wouldn't want that 17-year-old working at his high school. And Mike, I promise, I've moved past all of those shenanigans. Well, most of them anyway. As you, the class of 2020, step off the stage today, step onto the arc of your life. You'll find that arc is going to bridge right over this pandemic. Go be who you are and go figure out who you'll become. I wish you the very best. Now it gives me great pleasure to ask the members of the BHS choir to perform their final selection for the year titled The Climb.
I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, I'm taking. Sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. Just gotta keep going, and I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Keep the faith, 'cause it's all about.
Please welcome the BHS Mission Statement Award winner, Caitlin Bowles.
During the first week of quarantine, I was sitting at my dining room table, and I said to my sister, "Whoever says our graduation speech better not make it about coronavirus." I was scared, and I knew that the class of 2020 is about so much more than a pandemic that blindsided us during our final months here. In the words of One Direction, you and me got a whole lot of history. So I want to tell you a story instead, one you probably know already but haven't heard. Once upon a time, it was 2008. There was a first grade class in a computer lab about to take the NIWA test. They typed in their unmemorized 7-digit 99 numbers, followed by their year of graduation. The year 2020 sounded like it would be memorable for all of the right reasons. A few years down the line, it was their last day of 4th grade. On that day, the entire Bedford High School class of 2020 met in a gym at McKelvey Intermediate School. Since that day, 8 years ago, the class has lost and gained many special people, but everyone has a special place in this class. On that day, when the 4th graders of Riddlebrook, Peter Woodbury, and Memorial all collided in one chaotic gym, a never-ending yet subtle competition began. Which elementary school had the best playground? Which school had the best teachers and events? And most importantly, which school bred the best kids? These were debates I heard at lunch tables 7 years later in the Bedford High cafeteria. I guess you can't deny your roots. In McKelvey, this class was highly important for one very iconic reason: the banning of pasta from the playground. One morning in 5th grade, the class of 2020 banded together in a fight to spread raw spaghetti into the fists of everyone at morning recess and splash the noodles into puddles. Of all the unexpected news this class received, my personal favorite would have to be Mr. Fournier's voice in the intercom banning raw pasta from the playground. There is only one class to thank for that rule. In Lurgio, somewhere within the huge mix of the splitting of math classes, a mysterious gorilla sighting at Cardigan, readathons, and competitions of which pods would be released first for bus dismissal, one thing really caught the eyes of the class of 2020: tummy yummies. I don't have much to say about that one, but it was weird. Fast forward to August 25th, 2016, when this group of kids enter a building for a long journey that won't actually feel very long at all. They are told right away that 4 years goes by very fast, but they don't know that they won't even get 4. They are uncomfortable in their own skin and are constantly looking at their backwards reflection to be sure that they won't be made fun of for having a bulky freshman backpack. Their young faces are scared at the full-grown look of some of the upperclassmen. They're growing up at rapid speed. It won't be long until they become the role models. Their silly, Bestlogio couples Instagram pages turn into more mature, captivating pages, like BHS Dog Section, Films to Inspire, Runaway Bulldog, and too many to count senior project pages, serving as instruments to convey to the world the passions and the hearts of these 371 kids. But the class of 2020's first few months at Bedford High School are just about as chaotic as their final months will be. But in hindsight, it's all really funny. We greet the school with a lice epidemic. Happy fall. At our first pep rally, we received the famous Go Home Freshman chant. Expected. Unexpected was 1 year later. We received a chant no one had ever heard before. Go home, sophomores. Hate us 'cause they ain't us. We were truly a force to be reckoned with at those pep rallies and were even kindly given a Go Home Juniors chant the following year. When we were finally at our prime point, senior year, the place you wait on the sidelines for 3 years to finally get to, we heard a news report on April 16th that sounded a whole lot like Go Home Seniors. This is the story of Bedford High School's class of 2020, but it isn't finished yet. I know I said that I don't want to make coronavirus the defining characteristic of the class of 2020, but not addressing COVID-19 would be a lot like walking on the left side of the hallway. You just can't do that. Coronavirus is undoubtedly the only thing that has caused more of a dramatic stir than the video in 5th grade health class. Trying to speak to the hearts of 371 seniors who are all different from each other and find a way to unite us when we've been apart for so long is a hard thing to do. But weirdly enough, coronavirus might be the thing that united us the most. While no one in the world is exactly head over heels about this crisis, I think that being a senior in high school comes with a very big and unique price to pay, and everyone knew it. Celebrities trying to create virtual proms and graduations for us, parents and staff trying to make our senior year activities as close to what they would have been as possible, everyone turning around to look at us and show slivers of empathy whenever they could, all statements that they knew the magnitude of what we were missing. But what we were missing wasn't just those big things that you look forward to for 12 years in the back of your mind. There was something else there too. The ordinary moments. The moments that were not prom, and were not senior week, and were not senior night. The moments in between the big ones. The moments we never would have deemed as being special until we lost them forever. If I knew someone who was a senior during this and I wasn't one, I probably would say that it's so upsetting that you'll never have your senior prom. But I would never ever think to say that it's so upsetting you'll never have another quesadilla day with the people you grew up with. I wouldn't think of that because it's not something important to the mind like those big things. It's only important to the heart. Closing your locker for the last time, stepping out of your advisory room on the last day, taking your last sip of BHS water, your last school lunch. All moments that became significant when we found out we would never come back. I do not know one person who has learned gratitude the easy way. No one just wakes up thankful for everything just because. Many of us have recently learned that hidden inside of gratitude is a deep understanding that good moments aren't always guaranteed. To be truly grateful for something is to truly know deep in your heart that there might be a time in your life where that person, moment, feeling, or place won't be with you. We've watched 3 classes before us march through what we knew we would get eventually. Many of us have seen siblings go through it as well, and whether we acknowledged our excitement or not, I think that all of us deep down knew that these months would hold some of the most memorable moments of our BHS experience, and would be the bridge of closure leading us to a new, complicated chapter in our lives. To be crossing that bridge alone is a tough thing to do. Isolation is not what we were made for, and it sure isn't helpful when you're standing at a huge crossroad in your life. We thought these months would be different, just like the rest of the world thought. But contrary to almost everyone else, we have thought these months would look different for years. And suddenly, the guaranteed, rite of passage moments aren't there anymore. And the hopeful echo of the world said, everything will be great when we return back to normal. But the senior class of 2020, there is just no normal to return back to. The graduating class of 2020 learned gratitude when it was too late to turn back around. And as painful as that sentence sounds, and whether you loved high school while you were living it or you didn't, I think we can all agree that that sentence is true to some degree. We came to know that while we complain incessantly about grades and homework, count down the days until vacation, Friday, or just 2:35 p.m., and would say openly how much we can't wait to get out of this place, we really did enjoy it, to the point where we wanted it back in a heartbeat. Gratitude. For weeks, I heard our conversations change in a very heartbreaking way. If we just go back to school next week, everything will be okay, turned into. If we just have a short sports season and prom, everything will be okay, turned into. If we just have senior week and a normal graduation, everything will be okay. And through this change, we saw that everything was not okay. I learned that I would take any dreary Monday over nothing at all, because while some days meant unbrushed hair, sweatpants, naps and advisory, woke up too late for NHS, had to park in junior lot, and last-minute homework in the hallway, those days also possessed a cafeteria full of laughter, a chaotic advisory A in the library, being with your friends, the sacred quesadilla day, and popcorn in Bulldog Corner. We took the good and the bad like it was nothing and forgot to cherish it, because we didn't expect a once-in-a-lifetime history textbook event to come and take it. High school wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but saying goodbye to everything you've ever known is a hard thing to do no matter who you are. But I have more faith in this class than I ever have before. Courses teach you math. They teach you science and humanities. They teach you languages. Every graduating class that has walked out of the school has done their fair share of learning on these topics. This graduating class is different in a very big way. We did our fair share of learning in the classroom, but our 2020 vision, even though we never had a set class slogan, didn't see this coming. The class of 2020 graduates with real resilience. Because when senioritis kicked in really hard, and there were no more fun sports games or dances or advisory parties to look forward to, we still showed up. Sometimes late to remote learning, and in our PJs, obviously, and maybe skipped some things. We were still all graduating because we did the work, even when the going got tough right at the end. That is real resilience. The class of 2020 graduates with humility, something you can't learn in a classroom. We were supposed to be really important this year. We were going to have clap-outs and win another pep rally and get handed roses on senior nights, have banquets and barbecues and parties all for us. We give up those things that make us feel really important for nothing in return. And even though it wasn't our choice, we still all showed up to this stream today, and we will walk the stage soon, because we're going to graduate anyway, without the hype. That is real humility. And the class of 2020 graduates with real unity, because the struggle associated with losing the things many of us have looked forward to for so long brings us together in a very beautiful way. The class of 2020 has a special ring to it. People who go through pain together gain together. I've always been happy to be a part of this class, but I've never been prouder. There was a quote that I saw in the yearbook last year. It was somebody's senior quote from a TV show, Madam Secretary, and it went like this: "You change the world right from where you're standing." There are plenty of people in the class of 2020 who will actually change the world. And I don't just say that because I'm giving a graduation speech. Because when you change the world right from where you're standing, you don't need a stage, and you don't need thousands of people to know your name. I think that the way many people listening to this right now are going to change the world is rather by a ripple effect. Love causes a ripple effect. Change causes a ripple effect. Good people cause a ripple effect. And there is no shortage of these things in Bedford, New Hampshire. When you do those little things and change the people around you, the people around you change the people around them. And if we've learned anything from COVID-19, it's that things spread pretty quickly. The only way to truly change the world is by being exactly yourself, nothing less and nothing more. Sitting in living rooms all across Bedford right now are captains and star athletes moving on to D1 schools. There are people who barely made varsity or never made varsity. There are people who joined non-cut sports with their friends for a good time. There are 4.0 students, there are 2.0 students, leads in the musical and ensemble kids, band and chorus soloists, IB diploma kids, and kids who would rather be laughing with their friends on a Tuesday night than writing down quotes for a Socratic seminar. And the best part about whichever of these you fit the most is that every person has a place. A good team has some star athletes and goofballs to make sure the passion never dies. Every class needs a crazy smart kid to raise their hand when no one else will, and also a chaotic, had 4 hours of sleep kid whose ideas and perspectives are worth hearing. No musical has all lead characters, and no club can be started with only 4 kids. The diversity of thought in this school is incredible, and altogether we made something unforgettable. The class of 2020 will not be forgotten. We are going to part ways and make new friends, have new adventures in different places, but you can only say that you grew up with a certain group of people, and we are that for each other. That is something irreplaceable. I feel like I have everything I need right here in this school with you guys, but time and life say otherwise. The clock doesn't stop ticking for a virus, or for a class whose stories were finished before their pens ran out of ink. But according to Hannah Montana, sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. It ain't about how fast I get there. It ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. I don't want to finish this speech because I know it might be my final words to some of you, but I need to. So, here's to our parents and families who had our backs through it all, who blessed us with car rides and lunch money so we actually could make these memories that we hold so close to our hearts. Here's to our teachers who taught us so much about the curriculum and about life. They never stopped teaching us and never stopped giving us chances, even when we made it really hard for them. Here's to our custodians, our nurses, lunch ladies and librarians, counselors and coaches, the unsung heroes who made our high school experience what it is. Thank you. Oh, wait. Wait, it's not done. Here's to Mr. Jazokis, Mrs. Noe, and Mr. Roop, who dealt with 10 times their fair share of panicked emails from us in the past few months. And here's to the graduates of the year 2020. If this is the last thing you hear from my voice, let it be this. Bulldogs, may the rest of your life contain the excitement level of seeing the PTG cookie cart coming down the hallway, and may you never forget to make every day a great day, Bulldogs.
Please welcome the Bedford High School Band and conductor Ms. Kelsey Gaudette for their performance of We're All in This Together.
Oh, all right, here we go.
Please welcome the class president, Colin Stewart.
Good evening. Thank you all for tuning in tonight to experience the graduation of the class of 2020. My name is Colin Stewart, and I am the president of the class of 2020 at Bedford High School. Though this may not be the graduation we all thought it would be, it certainly is something special and unique. There have definitely been some curveballs thrown that we did not see coming, but we stayed resilient and always found a way to hit it out of the park. This may have seemed like one of our longest journeys, but in reality, it is just a page or two in a multi-chapter novel. Life is kind of like a book in this way. Some chapters are sad, some are happy, and some are exciting. But if you never turn the page, you will never know what the next chapter has in store. Think about that as I talk to you today. Sometimes we don't realize how fast life is moving when we are always looking at what's next. The next big event, the next holiday or school vacation. Too many times we don't stop and take a look around and realize what actually surrounds each and every one of us. However, we certainly have come to a screeching halt now. Even though this is referred to as the best part of our high school experience, filled with lots of fun things and activities, there was no next thing for us to look forward to. Because when we were right around the corner from it, it was gone. Though the administration and student council have done a fantastic job trying to help us, we will never get back what we had before. So we are forced to let go of what was and accept what is. That can be and is hard, knowing we will never get our prom, our traditional graduation, and the time we should have had with our friends. But we must try to look forward and pick up what we think are the broken pieces created from this, and accept that the world may not be falling apart right now as many of us think, and it is instead falling into place. Yes, we will never get back the time we lost, but we can choose to look at the positive side of things and keep moving forward. Being happy doesn't mean that everything is perfect. It means you have decided to look beyond the imperfections. It means that you have seen the good things all around us that are being covered by this darkness. Because that is what is important. I myself try to see the good things that come with this and encourage others to do so as well. Because there are so many good things to be seen. We may be tired of spending so much time in our houses and not seeing a person from outside our household. But how often do we get this time with our families? How amazing is it to have a conversation with others and make new friends who we usually would pass right by? Or even just the ability to step back and take a breath from our busy day-to-day lives. No matter how much has been taken or given, there is one thing that can never be diminished. That is the memories that we made here at BHS and all the years before. The excitement one got when trading silly bands or Pokemon cards in elementary school. The first time we all came together as one, the first day of 5th grade. Or during Derby Day and Cardigan, where we made friends and memories that are still remembered and talked about today. Even the memory of walking through the front doors the first day of high school as a freshman and going through all the firsts of high school, not realizing how little time we would have there. Or storming the court as sophomores during the pep rally. Though a little unsafe, it showed our excitement and unity as a grade. Some of us have been here since kindergarten, and lots more have joined throughout the way. And we also remember those who aren't with us today. It feels amazing to look back and see how much we have accomplished. The friends we made, the homework assignments we did the class before they were due, and the hundreds of tests we may or may not have studied for to get to this moment. But now, we also have to look at what's next in our lives, because there is a lot of opportunity and achievement for everyone graduating in this class. A common thing that people like to say is that individuality and uniqueness are the keys to success. However, I think that though these are important qualities, they are not in fact the total picture. Connecting with others and working with different people are much more important, and it's your uniqueness and individuality you bring to the group that are most important. Since everyone comes from different places and backgrounds, we all have different strengths, weaknesses, and ideas that can help others. What you bring to the table is so important, and you should always remember that. At the same time, you should also remember who is there for you and how they helped you. They are what is most valuable. I want to tell you a quick story that symbolizes this. A grandfather brought his grandson to fly a kite at the park. The boy watched as the kite flew through the air. He watched as it flew back and forth and in all different directions. But it could not go any higher than the string would allow. So he asked his grandfather if they could cut the string, as to allow the kite to fly higher and soar even farther than before. The grandfather helped his grandson cut the string, and they let the kite go. At first, the kite did indeed soar higher than before, but it was not even a couple minutes before the kite fell down to the ground. The grandson was confused and asked his grandfather why the kite had not flown higher, as they had cut the string so there was nothing to hold it back. His grandfather explained, "In the life we live in, we sometimes think that our friends and family are holding us back and keeping us from reaching new heights, and we fail to realize that these are the people that help us survive with their love and support. The string is what kept the kite flying in the right direction, and without it, there was no support, and the kite fell down." This story teaches us two things. One is that collaboration and working with others can help us succeed. The string and the kite work as one in a relationship that if either did not function properly, the kite would not fly. The second is that you should not be afraid to reach for new heights. This class especially is going all over the country and world. There are lots of new things out there that we have not yet experienced, and nothing can prepare us for it. And you should not feel prepared, since you really can't be. What you can do is remember what you learned here at BHS. Remember, your friends and family are always there for you, and they are the people you can trust to reach out to and lean on, because no matter where you are not alone. Have confidence in yourself and your abilities, because if you never do anything new, then you will never be more than you are. And this class especially has so much more room to grow. But don't wait too long. Time goes much quicker than we expect, as we learned during our time here, and no one can really stop a ticking clock. But the great ones know how to slow it down. This is a quote by Kevin Costner in the movie Draft Day, produced on April 7, 2014, which I accessed on April 10, 2017. Another important lesson I learned here at BHS is that I always need to cite my work. I think that this is a very important quote that everyone should remember. Savor those important moments and try to have as much fun as you can. They say nothing lasts forever, but I know that friendship can last a lifetime. Finally, I encourage everyone not to worry about what things could become. In the words of the great Walt Disney, if you have done the very best you can, then worrying won't make it any better. As long as you work hard and do the very best you can, things have a way of working out. You can't change the past, and you definitely cannot control the future. What you can do is look at yourself in the present and realize how much you have to offer to the world. Remember who you are. BHS is having friends that we will keep for the rest of our lives, and I guess that means we really are all in this together. Because once a bulldog, always a bulldog. Don't be afraid to turn that page and explore what the next chapter has in store for you. Congratulations, class of 2020. We did it. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the seniors entering military service. They are Spencer Almeida, Army National Guard; Kobe Brown, United States Marines; Caitlin Dindorf, United States Air Force Academy; Sierra Dindorf, United States Air Force Academy; Alexander DeWitty, United States Air Force; Peter Falvey, United States Army; Elizabeth Flynn, United States Air Force Academy; Ethan Freitzel, United States Coast Guard; Max Gagnon, United States Marines; Sierra Iron Moccasin, United States Army; Anna Kim, United States Naval Academy; Cole LeMay, United States Air Force; Max Lebelzek, United States Air Force ROTC; Colby Martell, United States Air Force; Ethan McAllister, Army National Guard; Nathan Statiris, United States Navy Reserves; Alexander Winslow, United States Coast Guard. Now, we're at the moment that many of you are very much looking forward to, the awarding of diplomas. Mrs. Noe and Mr. Root, please step to the podiums.
Mr. Ahnert's advisory. Oops, stop. I get to say your name. Alexander James Blakely. Sierra Marie Dindorf. Jonathan Douglas Elliott. Daniel Kavinovich Etheridge. Ethan Paul Freitzel. Mary Catherine Johnston. Anna Jean Kim. Abigail Catherine Mangiafico. L. Rose Monfried. Jared C. Neekum. Justin Michael Pugsley. Clayton J. Scoff.
Great. It is my last chance to keep you in the same place while I ramble under the guise of giving sage advice. So, as you must now decide on your own how this education will be turned into a life, I hope that my version of adulthood has modeled 3 things for you. You have my respect and admiration simply because you are. Participation in community is more powerful when it is an act of individual expression instead of an expectation of conformity. And even if a perfect world is the stuff of daydreams, a purposeful life built on kindness, patience, listening, service, and love makes it still worth the trying. I also hope that you remember what you learned on days spent in 4 hot and sunny sidewalk squares gathered around a colorful yellow rubber ball. Yellow is actually the one that we bought for my son, Henry. Slip of the tongue, but I think of him when I think of you too. When the world spins and twists, be flexible and bounce it back. If you get knocked out, you will get in again soon. It's not really about rising to the top square, it's about having a laugh with the people around you. When the bell rings, you will answer the call and do amazing things. And if you go rolling down the hill into the woods on verge of being lost, one of us will go chasing after you. Probably Clayton. We want to keep playing. All you need now is some chalk and 3 other players. Go out and find your court, play with as many people as you can, and know that wherever you go, there will always be 4 squares in front of Bedford High School that you can call home. Father Heath's 2020 advisory, boldly go. And now, seniors, please rise. I have the honor, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School, to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools, and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Mr. Blahnik's advisory. Emma Grace Anderson. Anna Marie Karen. Bennett Olson Cordingly. Courtney Elizabeth Dermody. Ella Elizabeth Irwin. Morgan Ashley Freitzel. Evan Lee Johnson. Jack Ryan Jones. George Robert Musmulis. Emma Caroline Rosenbaum. Lily Rulo. Lucas Tyler Sullivan. Penelope Sterling Vandermeer.
After your remarks, the stuff on the page that I have is for you to read.
Gotcha. All right. Advisories are the toughest classes to say goodbye to, as we have been together each day essentially for 4 years. And as I look down at your partially covered faces, I wonder what I will remember about you if I see you in 30 years when you are 48. I often wonder if my high school teachers would remember me, or at least something I did that stuck in their head over 4 years. Anna, I will remember your everyday smiles in advisory. Evan, your creation of the fencing club. Emma R., your kind greetings in the hallway. Lily, your organization of birthday parties. Jack Jones, your love for football. Lucas,
your story of living out of your car on a road trip. Ben, your way of asking to get some water during advisory. George, the weather, and your inquiry of your fellow advisees. Ella, your adventurous spirit. Penelope, current events and how great it is that you're going to college in Europe. Morgan, your greetings and our talks in Target. Courtney, your passion not wanting to wear lacrosse headgear. And Emma A., your success as a transferred-in senior. As an advisory, I will remember the Uno games we played together. Some of these games were long, but they helped me get to know you better. I will remember the constant nagging about bringing in donuts your freshman year. I will remember the screams and cheers when Ben Steves came back to visit the school. I will remember your Thanksgiving meals and how awesome it was that you all sat down together like a family. I will remember the growth you had over 4 years. I hope your letters to yourself will help you see the growth too. Remember to take it home and read them, but also to store them to be opened. Maybe when you are 48 and remember what you were like in high school. Who knows, maybe we will have the same memories. Seniors, please rise. I have the honor on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools and on the occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Miss Campbell-Kelley's advisory. Fiona Trinity Burren.
Yeah, and stop for your picture right there.
John Aaron Calantoni.
Yeah, Jack! Woo!
Zachary Matthew Farnham.
Yeah, Zach! Woo!
Kevin G. Gagney, Jr.
Hey, Kev! Woo, Kev! Good work, buddy.
Patrick James Goturch.
Hey, Pat! Woo-hoo! Good job, Pat. Good to see you, buddy.
Jordan Italia.
Hey, Jordan. Good job, girl.
Tristan Richard LaPlante.
Hey, Tristan. Good job, Tristan.
Alexis J. Pereira. She couldn't be with us today. Craig J. Polishan.
JCJ. Woohoo! Good job, buddy.
Giovanni Carlos Chenette.
Yay, Gio! Woohoo! Good job, buddy.
Zainab Sharif.
Yeah, Zainab. Yay, Zainab. Good girl. Good job, honey.
Sean Conlon Schubert. Catherine A. Zimmerman.
Yay, Cat. Woo! Good job, honey. My dear awesome advisory, I hope you've enjoyed this last 4 years together every day as much as I have. I love each and every one of you as if you're my own. Please go forth and do great things. Be happy, be healthy. Sorry. Be kind, be the very best you can. Do it in peace, love, and gratitude. Know that I'm always here for you. And I love you. Namaste. Phew. Dear seniors, please rise. I have the honor on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School to present you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in me by the superintendent of the school, on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassels from your right side to your left side. I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
This is Chenette's advisory. Andrew Michael Becker. Congrats, buddy. Oh, right in front. Matthew Ryan Cozio. Max C. Gagnon. Samantha Marie Jelinus.
Yes,
Brooke Monique Gould. Muhammad Ibrahim. Nolan Patrick Kelly. Hannah Rose Michael. Lavinia Ann Nash. Ella Marie Natali. Rachel Ann Slajeski. Trevor Campbell-Soden.
For those of you that don't know me, I'm Mrs. Chenette, and I am their advisor. And I just want to say hello, parents, and thank you to you as well for all the effort that you have put into raising these wonderful, now young adults. And hello to all of you guys. It's a little bit of a sad day for me today to see you leaving, but I just want to tell you to think about all of that you have accomplished over your 4 years of Bedford High School. I'm sincerely so proud of you and everything that you have done in school and out of school. This is such a special day for you today. You've worked so hard. I really never cry unless I'm tired. And all that you have worked to deserve. It's okay that it feels a little different today. As you're sitting there, I can distinctly picture that first day of advisory. You remember we had that combined advisory? Almost all of you were there. We have a few new additions. And how nervous you were that first day. Except you were a foot shorter. Most of you. Do you remember your favorite TV show as a kid? You have one in your head? My brothers and I used to fight over which show we would watch, and I always liked to watch Mr. Rogers. But there were two brothers, so I always lost. They wanted to watch Sesame Street. Once in a while, I would watch Mr. Rogers, and I just loved him. He just felt very, very comforting. It's maybe something about the cardigan that he wore. But he always had a nice life lesson, which I never really internalized until I became an adult. But he dedicated his life to serving, helping, and teaching children, something that you don't see right away. Looking back now as an adult at some of his lessons, I realize how valuable his lessons were. But Mr. Rogers didn't always have it as easy. When he was a child, he asked his mom, when he saw scary things on the news, he would say, "Mom, what do you do with this?" And she would say to him, "Look for the helpers. You will always see people helping." I think that Mr. Rogers dedicated his life to doing just that. I encourage you to be the helpers. But not only that, as Mr. Jazokis said, I encourage you to be your kind of doer. If you are the changer, I encourage you to be the change. If you are the comforter, be the comforter. If you are the leader, be the leader. So congratulations today for all that you have done. And remember that it's your future. Make it what you want it to be. Be the person that you are called to be. I love you guys. Seniors, please rise. I have the honor on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School to present these graduating students from the class of 2020. By the virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools, and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from the right to the left and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Miss Close's advisory. Caitlin Amber Arp.
Woo!
Sydney Nicole Barabee. Samantha Rose Gear. Amanda E. Jonas. Ethan C. Kearney. Christopher A. Kiernan. Julia Natalie McCahill. Allison Maria Morgan. Samantha Jane Mullen. Oscar Olson Nygren. Thomas William Saltzman.
Yeah, Tommy.
Zachary Richard Edward Verreau.
Yes, Zach.
Alex L. Watson.
All right, Alex.
You guys, I'm so proud of you. So proud of all that you've accomplished over these 4 years. You're amazing, amazing young adults, and it's been a privilege and an honor to watch you go from freshman trying to tackle physical science and get through that year as uncertain ninth graders, through all that you've done on the athletic fields, on stage, in the classroom, as artists, wherever it was that you found your home here and your niche here. You have all truly excelled, and it has been a joy to watch you. When you wrote your letters to yourselves your ninth grade year, I wrote one to myself too that year, and I knew then that this was a special group. I knew then that I was going to tear up at your graduation 4 years in the future, because you've been a family. This advisory, coming to advisory every day, has been my favorite part of each day. My favorite part. You're amazing. I know we're not all best friends, but you're a family. And you've been good to each other, you've supported each other, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future, because I know that you're going to continue to be amazing. So, seniors, please rise. I have the honor, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School, to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools, and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from the right to the left. And I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Mrs. Corbin's advisory. Robin, Janet, Belrose.
Congratulations, Robin.
Phillip, Robert, Bennett.
Congrats, Phil.
Jordan, Tolley, Dyer.
Congrats, Jordan.
Abigail, Rose, Gilligan.
Congrats, Abby.
Lily, Powell, Comorgan. Is she not here? She wasn't able to join us today. Christopher, Carl, Ledoux.
Congrats, CJ.
Alexander, Phillip, Luders.
Congrats, Alex.
Ian, Charles, McEachern.
Congrats, Ian.
Khadija, Mir.
Congratulations, Khadija.
Sebastian, Anthony John, Mowbray.
Congrats, Sebastian.
Emma, Scout, O'Neill.
Congratulations, Scout.
McKaylee, Catherine, Pendleton.
Congratulations, McKaylee.
Jackson, Jeffrey, Wiley.
Congratulations, Jackson.
Savannah, Lucia, Willette.
My dear advisory, I am so excited to be seeing you all in person again. But I'm also so sad that it is to say goodbye and bring this 4-year journey to an end. Where have these 4 years gone? It seems both like yesterday and eons ago that we were meeting each other for the first time in the fall of 2016. Even as freshmen, I was so impressed by how you came together as a group for the common goal of advisory. In your freshman year, we designed an advisory t-shirt, organized our birthday buddies and fire drill buddies, took on our first advisory Thanksgiving with all the fixins, and discovered our collective love for friendly competition through advisory games, especially apples to apples. Admittedly, our coming together as an advisory was not without its growing pains. But as individuals with different experiences and outlooks, we learned how to communicate with one another and love each other in the process. As we continued to grow together, we bought a basketball hoop, solidified our re-entry Monday conversations, and forced family fun Fridays, discovered our love of Pictionary and bagel breakfasts, and established the Corbin Advisory annual holiday coloring contest. You also helped me to celebrate an important milestone in my life, the birth of my daughter. Now we celebrate this important milestone in your life, your high school graduation. These past few months of social distancing have been a trying time for everyone, but I think it made us realize the value of our personal connections with one another. As you all move on to your future endeavors, I want you to remember these lessons. Seek to understand the different people you meet, continue to learn how to communicate with and empower one another. Stay engaged. Figure out how to utilize your talents and passions to be active citizens and a force for good in the world. Finally, remember the value of your friendships and relationships. Make it a point to check in with one another, to have a conversation that goes beyond the superficial hellos and how are yous. Set up virtual and in-person visits and events to bring your loved ones together. If social distancing has taught us anything, it's that these conversations and moments with the people we love are what matter the most. You are entering the real world a little bit wiser than classes before you have due to these circumstances. That wisdom came at a high price for the end of your senior year, but I'm hopeful that you will use your newfound wisdom to live your life to the fullest and work towards a better society in the process. Congratulations, Corbin Advisory. Seniors, please rise. I have the honor, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School, to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By the virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools, and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Mrs. Dreyer's advisory. You can be as loud as you want. Yeah. Yep. Mia Danielle Fishman.
Remember to smile for the camera. You have to stand near that mic. Can I stand there?
You guys can cheer. Jasmine Esther Quo. Mackenzie Kyle. Catherine M. LaPerry. Jonathan Tyler Rowan. Matthew Von Schwartz. Ava Kelleher Simonovic. Drake Matthew Tompkinson. Hunter Allen Twite. Paige Riley Williams.
All right, you guys can have a seat. I'm going to pretend like nobody else is here, just so you know, because these 10 are why we're here. You know, I like 10 times started to write out something this morning and like threw it away because I was like, yes, that's stupid, that's dumb, that's whatever. So here's what I want to say to you. I want to say thank you for 4 fabulous years. Thank you for some killer trivia rounds. Thank you for some great food. Thank you for being kind to one another. Thank you for making a bench that I promise I will get a picture of and send to all of you. Thank you for being fabulous human beings. And that's what I know you're going to take with you in the world. And that's what I can't wait to see as you go down the line. Don't forget about us. Send me a line every now and again, because you know I love each one of you. I left in your bags. There's all kinds of cool stuff in there. I did a little baking for you, but there's a card in there for each one of you. And please read it and know that I meant exactly what it said. If you're going to cry, cry when you read that. We don't need to cry today. We're celebrating today. I love you all. Good luck to you, and I am so proud. All right, we got to finish this up, though. All right, seniors, please rise. I have the honor, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School, to present to you these graduating seniors from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in me in the superintendent of schools, and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left. And I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School. All right.
This is Ferelli's advisory. Trevor, Daniel, Annabelle. Torrance Alexis Ayotte. Arden Lauren Bilk. Dylan Ryan Driscoll. Nicholas Alfonso Flores. This next student couldn't be with us today. Alex Gagney. Timothy John Green. Nicole Ann Message. Olivia Nicole Stavropoulos.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Congratulations. I'm already starting to cry, so I apologize. It's hard to sum up 4 years in just a couple of minutes, but I'm going to try to do that and leave you with some reminders about all of the things that you've learned while you've been here. So this is my third advisory, and I've come to realize that each group that I have advised has had their own collective and unique personality. When searching for a word to describe our class of 2020 advisory, I came across the word passionate. As I sift through my memories of cinnamon buns and the waffle maker, of Halloween Shark Week, of Food Fridays and pep rally face paint, you each have brought your own brand of passion to our group. Some of you are quietly passionate about one or two things, while others possess a boisterous passion about many things. You are passionate about athletics and about cars. You are passionate about earning straight A's and upcycling clothing. You are passionate about your friendships, and you are passionate about making sure all is right in the world. When I first met you all back in August of 2016, you were new to the building, and you had your entire life, or your entire high school career, and your lives ahead of you. A few of you appeared quiet and nervous, a few of you were outspoken and seemed confident, and a few of you were cool as cucumbers, just coasting through. Throughout these 4 years, I've watched each of you grow in a number of ways, not just academically, but more importantly, in your character. Those of you who were quiet and nervous gained confidence and found your voice. Those of you who were outspoken learned to listen to what others have to say. Those of you who wanted to plan everything out and follow it without diversion learned to relinquish control, to let things be, and just to see what happens. And the cool cucumbers, they learned how to pedal uphill instead of coasting. Growing in these ways takes time. It pushes us out of our comfort zones, but it also develops our character. It allows us to harness our passion in such a way that strikes a balance and fosters continued success. In order to find success, one must be confident and be able to share their voice. One must be able to truly listen with compassion to what others have to say and remember that everyone has a story worth hearing. To be successful, one must allow themselves the flexibility to take a break, to take a different path, and to view things from a new perspective. Finally, to be successful, one must never be complacent. They must learn from their mistakes, remain determined to use their talents, their empathy, and their experiences to foster their passion in a healthy way and in a way that makes the world a better place. I am confident that each of you will use the character you've developed to harness your passion. I know that each of you will find continued success because I've watched you grow beyond your comfort zones in order to develop the required traits to do so. You will achieve your goals and you will continue to grow. As you head out into the world, remember that you are loved, remember that we are proud of you, and remember there is a whole community of people back here at BHS rooting for you. So seniors, please rise. I have the honor on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School to present you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School. Congratulations.
Mrs. Gallagher's advisory. Drew Parker Allard.
Good job, Drew.
Caitlin Marie Bowles. Mason Sean Brown. Aiden Christopher Como. Heather Margaret Barnes Corton. Nicole Story Dugan. Jacob P. Dutile. Cameron Garrett Fillion. Bianca I. Gallo. Catherine Elizabeth Harden. Camden Thomas Krasinski. Alwyn Lynn. Devin William Ouellette. Emma Catherine Roberts. She couldn't be with us today. Jarrett Richard Villeneuve.
So I just wanted to say it's good to see you all one last time. I know we were all kind of disappointed at BHS about the way that the year ended, so it is nice to see your faces again, even if they are covered. I did want to mention before I say a few words that Camden Krasinski was awarded the Keller Williams Scholarship this morning, so congrats, Camden. That didn't come in time. So I really just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to you guys. It's been a great 4 years. I'm going to miss you, for all of the reasons that I think you guys are going to miss BHS. You made it a unique and special place. I can remember your very first day as freshmen coming in and not eating the munchkins I brought because you were so nervous about your first day of school. And that quickly changed to, our hodgepodge parties and rowdy games of catchphrase and, all of the things that I think made our advisory what it was. So I know that I'm going to miss you guys next year when I'm building a new foundation with my freshman advisory. And I appreciate everything that you guys brought to the table over these last 4 years. And I want to just say that, I'm so proud of all of you. You have such bright futures, unique futures ahead of you. Everyone here at BHS is rooting for you. Despite the last few months, we really hope you feel celebrated and special. And I hope you guys keep in touch. Let me know about all the adventures that you have ahead, because I do love to hear about all the things that you are doing moving forward. Last thing I'll say is just, embrace the moments that you're in. That's my one piece of advice to you. You have lots of time for success and achievement, but everything after here goes by even faster. So just try to live in the moment as best you can. So on that note, good luck, congratulations, and let's get you guys graduated. So seniors, please rise. So I have the honor on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools, and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Calvin Shengui Ong. Carolina Anna Arend. Matthew Robert Bostrup. Daniel Fuji Dong. Amelia Elizabeth Edwards. Gabriel Geiersbach Gerten. Natalie Page Mockery. Caroline R. O'Donnell. Jack Thomas Joseph Plant. Caroline Kelly Rankins. Hunter Gabriel Sarsfield. Alexander Matthew Dreyer. Madison Ashley Wallace. Abby Elizabeth Zenzian.
Thanks for coming today. First things first, I am a crier. This is like in regular situations, at insurance commercials, during sporting events, even parent-teacher conferences sometimes. This isn't a regular situation. See? Okay. These are my babies. These cherubs that were entrusted to me 4 years ago have become family to me. And I miss you guys already. If I did my job, though, you already know how much I love you. Okay. Hold on. Of course, my hands are shaking. I can't get into my phone.
Not some baton, own garden.
Okay.
I apologize. I knew that was going to happen, which is why I elected to record my prepared remarks so you can actually understand them instead of listening to minutes of awkward, muffled sobs. I often end the school year by sharing this quotation with my students. The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. A reminder of a couple important lessons. 1, good things take time to grow. Be patient, but not complacent. Beautiful, healthy plants grow when they're cared for properly.
That's you guys.
Relationships and ideas are the same way, and the good ones are always worth the work. 2, share the fruits of your harvest. Classmates, teachers, coaches, siblings, parents, your community has helped you reach this milestone, and your garden is glorious for it. In farming, there's a strategy called companion planting, where certain plants help others to take up nutrients and attract pollinators. A relationship that ultimately benefits both plants by capitalizing on their unique potentials. You'll soon discover, if you haven't already, that some sections of the garden have been denied the elements necessary to flourish, that some have been denied your advantages. Yet seedlings persist in breaking ground and reaching for the sun. Helping those grow is just as important as maintaining your own garden, perhaps more so as we consider how long it can take for relationships, ideas, dreams to reach maturity. We need a whole lot more companion planting around here. Let me be clear. Making this world a better place is not some baton that us old folk are now passing on to you and your generation. We aren't riding off into the sunset. We're still in it. It's up to all of us, working together to make tomorrow bloom. Let's get to the business of changing the world, friends. There's a lot of uncertainty right now. A pandemic, record unemployment, nationwide protests, the Pats without Tom. Things don't feel normal. Your generation is in a position to influence the ideas and relationships planted today. Help make a new normal, one that reflects the values you choose to grow.
Guys, our advisory is the best example of this. 4 beautiful years of care and attention, laughter, snacks, making our own music, videos, Smash Brothers tournaments. All of these things have forged a truly amazing family where 15 strangers once stood. 15 people with little in common beyond being selected by the same scheduling algorithm. 15 people who could now face just about anything together. I am so proud to be your advisor today and forever. I'll echo Mr. Dzokis' sentiment. This doesn't end here. We are a family, we are a community, and we'll continue to face the world together. Seniors, please rise. I have the honor, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School, to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools, and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduates of Bedford High School. Woo!
Mrs. Hazelton's advisory.
Mrs. Hazelton.
So stand at the other podium. Morgan Shea Carnegie. Allison Haley Fargo. Jack Vincent Holland. Ryan Marshall McCarthy. Zoe Claire Misha. Nicholas Joseph Morris. Hassan E. Palat, and they couldn't be with us today. Oliver William Spalisi. Benjamin William Sylvain. Meredith H. Tokak. Gibran Villa. Felicia Danielle Walbridge. Savannah Emily Zool.
This could take a while. 3 years ago, I was asked to take over another teacher's advisory. And though I had my doubts, I agreed to do it. And I can say that it was one of the better decisions I've made at BHS. You guys were terrific, and these were some of my better years as an advisor at BHS. You took me right in and made me feel at home. Over the past 3 years, I've gotten to know you all pretty well. And this last year really flew by. Well, this is not the way we had planned the year to end, but I'm really happy that Allie made it back to share this moment with us. I feel a little sad that I didn't get to eat any more of Morgan's cinnamon roll waffles, or have longer to try to get Jack to talk to me, or play another Sporkle game that Felicia knew all the answers to, or decorate cookies with Savannah and Ryan, or be greeted every day by Gibby's cheery smile, or help Nick with his math homework, or watch Ben get all hyped up for Spirit Week, or do crafts with Meredith, or try to figure out if Oliver was tardy again, or have one last heart-to-heart talk with Zoe. And this year, even though you all drove me crazy with your senioritis, I still love you. At the same time, I know that you're all excited and ready to move on. And I'm happy for you. So, even though we're not here with as many people as we thought we might be, and that super secret and really cool handshake won't happen, I'm honored to usher you from the celebration of this important milestone to the next phase of your life. Over the summer, some of you will work, some of you will volunteer, and many of you are getting ready to leave home and go off to college, where your enthusiasm for learning, believe it or not, will again be renewed. If I can offer a little bit of advice for each of you, like Mr. Jazokis said, it would be to be true to yourself, figure out who you are, figure out what you're passionate about, and don't be afraid to go for it. Use your passions to make the world a better place. As you continue on in the journey of life, I hope that you remember where you came from and I hope that you look back on your years at BHS with fondness. I know I will. Seniors, please rise. I have the honor, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School, to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools, and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left. And I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Mrs. Hieronymus Advisory. Wendy, come on up. Ikra Anwar. Jasper Joseph Bader. Peter Herbert Falvey. Christopher Stephen Gately. Matthew Jacob Hall.
Turn for a picture.
Tori Ryan Helton. Connor Alex Lebrec. Jordan Taylor LaValle. Jessica Jali Lynn. Sophie Ryan Mazzella. Riley May Malarian. Liam Arthur O'Brien. Arjun Sani. Samuel Tynan.
Hi, guys. I don't usually cry at graduation, but I'm sad to see you all go. This advisory has been through a lot together over the past 4 years. I think you've had 3 advisors. We've endured threats to the building, we've felt the pain of a lost classmate, and now here you are, finishing your senior year in the middle of a global pandemic. Yet we're all here on June 6, 2020. The whole advisory is still together. You've probably heard of Brene Brown, a researcher, speaker, and author. She said, "A deep sense of love and belonging is an irreducible need of all people." You 14 lovely young individuals have created a strong sense of belonging in your advisory that has endured across these past 4 years despite any obstacle. And it has been my honor to be a part of that for the past 2.5. Ikra, Jasper, Peter, Chris, Matthew, Tori, Connor, Sophie, Jessica, no, Jordan, Jessica, Sophie, Riley, Sam, I can't see you guys, Liam, Sam, Arjun, and Sam. I'm so glad to have been a witness to your dedication, perseverance, humor, and humanity. And I know that the road ahead is going to lead each of you to great places. Remember, just as you belonged in your advisory, you will always belong in your family, here in your hometown, at Bedford High School, and in the heart of your advisor. Congratulations today, guys. Okay, seniors, please rise. I have the honor, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School, to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left. And I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Mrs. Hogan's advisory. Vincent Michael Capitalupo.
Vince, you can take a mask off if you want. Congratulations.
Sushmita Chopra. Jared Cunningham. William Sean Curran. Nicole Carlene Francis. Colby Austin Martell. Daniel Mitchell. Thomas Pattison. He couldn't be with us today. Chandler Drakeford Powers. Shreya Sharma. Gina Marie Spinazzola. Hannah Marie White. Isabella Hope Williams.
Hello, my name is Mr. Roop. It is my pleasure to speak for these graduates today. I have a speech here from Mrs. Hogan, who can't be with us today, but really wish she could be. From Ms. Hogan. As I reflect on our last 4 years together, I can't help thinking that it seems like just yesterday that I welcomed you into my room for the first time as freshmen. A lot has changed since that day in 2016, but I find it truly remarkable how far you have all come, and the strong young men and women you have become. As I write this, I'm filled with immense pride for our BHS family. We've shared some really great times in this advisory. I still think my favorite was when we visited the other advisories dressed up as Santa Claus. Graduation looks quite a bit different this year than it has in the past, but that should in no way minimize your incredible accomplishments of the past 4 years. I wish you a very sincere congratulations to this history-making class of 2020. I'm quite certain it will not be the last time those in this group make history. Always remember, be bold, be courageous, and be your best. Peace. Seniors, please rise. I have the honor on behalf of the faculty and the staff of Bedford High School to present you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools, and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left. And I now pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School. Mrs. Kenney's advisory. Cameron Robert Berry. Jack Carosi.
Way to go, Jack.
Madeline Elizabeth Ellis. Megan Grace Farrell.
Amazing, Meg.
Eric Matthew Jameson. Andrew John Kemp. Lexi Hunfei King. Joseph Anthony Leary. Mackenzie Mary Frances McEachern. Nicholas Michaud. Derek A. Mosillo. Justin Thomas O'Neill. Claudia Jill Rainey. Rachel Lynn Rowe.
All me? Okay. All right, good morning. I'm so happy to see all your faces again in the flesh. It just warms my heart. All right, let's go. So I remember when all of you walked into advisory 4 years ago, and I thought, this time I'm going to do advisory right. We're going to celebrate every birthday, spearhead and win every fundraiser, share our deepest fears, biggest frustrations, and utmost joys. Bond like no advisory has bonded before. This advisory is going to be the gold standard. Well, what we ended up being may not have been perfect, but it was perfect for us. From botched birthday buddies, to phone-free forced fun Friday, to painful WA attempts, terrible Pictionary drawings. We all know I'm talking to you, Justin. To hilarious lip sync, holiday lip syncs. You know it, Mackenzie. To our slapstick advisory room decorations, replete with decapitated Barbie heads. Thank you, Andrew and Nick. To the inappropriate music Joey would play, thinking I wasn't listening. To Derek's everything. To Claudia's constant smiling and wise words, even when things got dark. To Cam's infamous fridge and brilliant scheme to buy bulk toothbrushes, an advisory competition we actually won. To the steady patience of Rachel and Jack, nose deep in graphing calculators, helping each other get through math. To Madeline's provocative and masterful whiteboard art. To Alexi's brilliance as she studied in the corner. To Eric's delightfully grumpy complaints about teachers. And to Meg, piping up at the most unexpected moment to throw out a joke. No, we may not be the picture-perfect advisory, but we are a family, and I love you. I will miss you. There will never be another like you. So as you go off into the world of uncertainty and strife, but also possibility and hope, remember advice from the slightly inappropriate movie that we waited 4 years to watch and never got a chance to. Bring it on. All right. So without further ado, advisees, please rise, seniors. I have the honor on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. Woohoo! By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools, and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left. And I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School. Congratulations. Love you so much.
Mrs. King's advisory. Michael Joseph Axton.
Woo! Yeah, Mikey! Yeah, Mikey!
Margaret Pauline Bellamore.
Yeah, Maggie! Woo!
Bailey Donovan Coleman.
Woo! Yeah, Bailey! Congrats! Woo!
Elizabeth Michelle Flynn.
Woo! Yeah, Ellie! Congrats! Woo!
Isa Hafiz.
Woo! Isa! Woo! Woo!
Sierra Melissa Iron Moccasin.
Woo! Yes, Sierra! Woo! Congrats, Sierra! Woo!
Cameron Hope Justick.
Woo! Yeah, Cammy! Woo! Yay!
Andrew Russell Lehman.
Woo! Yeah, Andy! Woo!
Cameron McDonald.
Yeah, Kim! Woo! Woo! Yeah, Kim!
Logan Mark Peralt.
Yeah, Logan! Woo! Yeah, Logan!
Jaden Ivy Remillard.
Woo! Yeah, Jaden! Woo!
Fareed Rabia Sarabis, and they couldn't be with us today.
Woo, yep, fair enough. Woo!
Owen Hugh Scott.
Yeah, Owen! Woo! Congrats, Owen. Woo!
Zachary Cole Strobel.
Woo! Yeah, Zach! Woo! Okay. Seniors, please rise. Oh, yeah, well, I don't have much to say, but I was just gonna say I'm so proud of you all. And I told myself I wasn't gonna cry, but I'm a little teary-eyed, so congrats to each one of you. I have the honor, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School, to present you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in me by the Superintendent of Schools on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from left to right, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School. Woo! Yay!
Mr. King's advisory. Andrew Christopher Avalone. Alexander J. Beekman. Chamberlain Vi Bell. Samuel Todd Caruso. Madison Abigail Doobie. Samantha May Harrington. Margot Alter Henrichan. Adia Kaylin Humphrey. Emma Catherine Schulman.
All right, Emma.
Ethan Robert St. Hilaire. Nicole Catherine Trench-Montaigne.
me? Give any remarks you want. Robed or not robed? No, you don't need. Okay. Hey, it's good to see everybody, and I'm sad. I feel like I only started getting to know you guys, being your advisor for just this year. Wish I'd gotten all 4 years with you, but it's good to have met you and gotten to send you on your way. There's a little maple syrup there for you. That's from our Sugar Shack this year, so go have something sweet. Put that on. I recommend ice cream with walnuts. It's really good. Maple syrup. Yeah. It's so good. All right. Anyway, now go ahead and read this. Seniors, please rise. I have the honor on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the superintendent of schools and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left. I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Mrs. Labrie's advisory. So our first student couldn't be with us today, but we still would like to announce everyone's name. So our first graduate would have been Mirsab Ahmed. Ariana Barrazo. Connor Jeffrey Butts. Riley May Chu. Nicholas D. Dewitty. Lauren Jean LePage. Nicholas David Merchant. Rachel S. Noble.
Take your time, take your time. No rush.
Quinn Paltrow McCall. John Riley. Adam Vincent Roy. Shada Vandusefi. but Maximilian K. Zakuber. My turn? Okay. Hi, guys. They say life doesn't have a script, and boy, were they right, because who would have thought we'd end your high school career like this? But honestly, I wouldn't want to have done this with any other group. You are one of the most understanding, compassionate, and flexible advisories I know. You put up with me for 4 years. This is a year we will never forget, and while it's certainly not ideal, it does not define you. You have been such a joy to watch over the last 4 years, growing from young high school students, so quiet and shy as freshmen, to caring young adults senior year, who quickly became my most wandering and loud advisory to date. Some of my favorite memories at BHS are with all of you, from our Pop-Tart parties to our Christmas sock swap and everything in between, including my nagging about the portfolio of work. You have been an absolute joy to work with. You are family. We are family, always. I am so very proud of you. Congratulations on this huge accomplishment. And while we can't be close and hug today, know that I'm sending much love and big hugs to all of you. Seniors, please rise. I have the honor on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools, and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Ms. Lederhos Advisory. Nathan Jordan Bartram. Ivy Isabella Chen. Jackson Patrick Dixon. Ava Francis Caudette. Cameron Dons Hoople. This next student was not able to make it here today. Lauren Elise Carolian. Sophie N. Pathuru. Jory Kristen Santos. Also not able to make it today, Lorelei L. Smith. Nolan William Stoney. Aiden Connor Wolfinger.
I'm proud to have been your advisor, and for many of you, also your teacher. So many memories of our time together. Some of my favorite activities included teaching you how to finger wave so we could yarn bomb our advisory tree, the wheelie chair race around the oval, making clay bowls and ornaments. You always groaned when it was time for our annual holiday door decoration, but you got into it. And you have to admit, the door did look pretty cool. Last but not least, our epic four-square battles, despite flagrant rule violations. I won't mention any names. And how can we forget Nathan's annual drawing of us doing wondrous things like being superheroes? These drawings would symbolize the passage of another year. And now, to complete the set, Nathan just handed me the official advisory drawing for 2020. And here you are, at the end of your BHS time and ready to embark on a new and exciting journey. I would like to leave you with 2 pieces of advice. Friends are one of the very most important things you can have in college. When things are good, you have someone to share it with. And when they're bad, you need someone to give you a hug. This is one of the most challenging times in American history. I trust you will navigate it with sound choices. Remember, rather than pursue happiness, try to pursue meaning in your life, and you can't go wrong. Seniors, please rise. I have the honor on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools, and on this occasion, designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Mrs. Lynch's advisory. Maddie Nicole Beaton. Lexi B. Belanger. She couldn't be with us today. Casey Layton Byrne. Megan Elizabeth Eldred. Not yet, not yet. Mackenzie Ann Hurley. Andrew Ethan Kazar. Lauren K. Lefebvre. Adam Raymond McCarthy. Roman Androvich Snegic. Audrey Jane Swierzgaz. She couldn't be with us today. Justin P. Urich. Amanda Lencian Sia.
We good? Okay. Yeah, baby! You guys, you made it! And I think it's completely apropos, if anyone knows anything about the Lynch advisory, that it was a little touch and go here at the end if we were gonna make it in between the weather. But look, we did it, you guys. We actually made it. So congratulations. You guys look fabulous. Oh, you're feeling on top of the world right now, right? You got the gown on. Of course, Roman looks at me like, I'm not so sure about that, Mrs. Lynch. But you got the gown on, we got the music, you got to see your family and friends. And you guys, you look really good. And everyone is feeling awesome. And you should. Congratulations. This is a huge moment in your life. It's one small, huge moment that you're gonna have because, what did I always tell you? 4 years of high school does not your life make. You're gonna have way more moments, but this is a big one, and it's worth celebrating, and I can't tell you how proud I am of you guys. Like, it's just, it's huge, and I'm glad I got to be here for you guys. Now, to bring down the mood just a little bit, but I actually do mean this as an encouragement. As good as you are feeling right now, you're not always going to feel this good. I know, right? I know. They're like, thanks, Mrs. Lynch. Way to go. We're all happy. But I'm sure all of you have experienced this already in your life. Life has ebbs and flows, and you can't always feel amazing. Sometimes you're going to experience disappointment. And I know each and every one of you have experienced disappointment in your life. And that's just life. That just happens. And, you might be wondering, am I doing enough? Am I being the best human being I can be? Maybe you get a bad grade and you're like, oh, I don't know, maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to do in life. Or maybe, you get in a fight with one of your friends and you're like, am I being the best friend I possibly can be? And then later on when you're working, and a lot of you are working right now, maybe you get in trouble with your boss and you think, oh, I'm not a very good employee. Maybe I'm not where I'm supposed to be. And then later on in life, a lot of you will probably end up getting married. So you might think, am I being the best husband or am I being the best wife I possibly can be? And then later on, much later on, you might have kids and you'll be thinking, am I the best parent I possibly can be? And no, because you're not gonna be. No parent is perfect. Except for your parents, I think you did an amazing job. So give yourself a round of applause. Kids, stand up, look at your parents, and you did a great job. Yes. Yeah. So again, there's just gonna be times in your life where you struggle and you're not sure of yourself. And so on your cards, I wrote 3 words, and those are character words. And those are words that I see in you. And I thought about them, and I really wrestled with what I was going to put for each one of you, because really I could put more than 3 words for each one of you. But these are words that, they're things that I saw in you. And not that you always did everything perfectly, but things that you struggled with, things that you wrestled to the ground, and things that I could see that were important to you. And they're things that make you a decent human being, because you're all accomplished and you're all going to have greater accomplishments in life. But if you're not a decent human being, what does it matter? So I want you to remember in those times when maybe you're not feeling as great as you are right now, that I saw you in a different light. And those are the words, and that's how I saw you. So again, you guys, I am so, so, so proud of you, and it was an honor to be your advisor. Now, go and make good decisions. That's it. All right. Oh, this is kind of scary that I'm like given the power for this, but I'm loving it. Like a little power here. Bob, are you sure you want me to do this? Okay. All decorum has left the building. All right, seniors, Lynch Advisory, please rise. Look how obedient they are. I have the honor on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School to present you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the superintendent of schools on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School. Woo!
Mrs. Noble's advisory. Haley Lauren Dearborn. Laura Fuentes Carpentier. Haley S. Gennaro. Sean Patrick Lang. Cole Russell LeMay. Damien Joseph Martineau. Aparna Rai. Jessica Jane Rio. Madison Page Sarsfield. Haley J. Schmidt. Nathan Stephen Statiris. Carolyn May Tierney. Araya Josephine Twine. Cameron Michael Wozniak. Elizabeth Ann Whitney. Ksenia Zorina.
Okay, I'm on. I guess I'm on. Okay, good afternoon. I'm Madame Noble. Most of the guys call me Madame, but Mrs. sounds weird, right? In any case, I really had a hard time figuring out what to say today because there was so much to say, and then suddenly we just ran out of time. As I thought about it, though, words that kept coming into my head were lucky, really good, strong. Yes, we got a little gypped at the end here, but I prefer to remember that we were so lucky to have over 3.5 years of a really good advisory. And I say really good, I don't say great or fantastic, because to me, really good is actually better. Really good can be a real everyday occurrence, and it happened to us because you are all really good people who practically every day showed up, helped out, smiled at each other, talked to each other, participated with me, and most importantly, you listened to each other. And those are the kind of people who make a positive difference in this world. And I've known for a while that I've been so lucky to have you in my advisory for 4 years. So, you all know I'm kind of a sucker for an inspirational story or song, and so here's mine for you today. Okay? Once upon a time, there was an old man who used to go to the ocean to do his writing. Early one morning, he was walking along the shore after a big storm had passed and found the vast beach littered with starfish as far as the eye could see, stretching in both directions. Off in the distance, the old man noticed a small boy approaching. As the boy walked, he paused every so often, and as he grew closer, the man could see that he was occasionally bending down to pick up an object and throw it in the sea. The boy came closer still, and the man called out, "Good morning. May I ask what it is that you are doing?" And the young boy paused, looked up, and replied, "Throwing starfish into the ocean. The tide has washed them up onto the beach, and they can't return to the sea by themselves," the youth replied. "When the sun gets high, they will die, unless I throw them back in the water." The old man replied, "But there must be tens of thousands of starfish on this beach. I'm afraid you really won't be able to make much of a difference." The boy bent down, picked up yet another starfish, and threw it in as far as he could into the ocean. Then he turned, smiled, and said, "Well, it made a difference for that one." Okay? So I love you guys. Be happy. Make a difference. All right? And it's time to graduate. Okay? Okay, seniors, please rise. Yeah, I agree with Ms. Lynch. This is amazing that I get to do this. Yeah? All right. I have the honor, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School, to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools, and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School. Congratulations. Félicitations. Huh? Gotta throw my French in there. Right. Good?
Mrs. O'Connell's advisory. Nicholas Delamater. Nicholas Paul Esposito. Brianne Elizabeth Gauthier-Shetler. Maya M. Grondin. She couldn't be with us today. Jack Allen Kazajansky. Diego Munez Franco. Alexandria Poirier. Gabriel William Shoup. Alexander David Winslow.
Okay. Good morning. Welcome to day 3 of the BHS Class of 2020's graduations. This is unique. This graduation, this year, this advisory, and these individuals. I have a unique relationship with this advisory. You see, I came to them this year as their original advisor left the district. They were open, welcoming, and most of all, very much themselves. It can be difficult to be a person in the world right now. Sometimes the injustice, the inequality, and the subjugation seem overwhelming. I look to these young men and women for hope. Hope and the belief that they will make positive changes in the imperfect world they've been left. Thank you. Seniors, please rise. I have the honor, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School, to present to you these graduating senior students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools, and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Mrs. Phillip's advisory. Spencer Douglas Almeida. Justin Paul Norton D'Amato. Gabrielle Lauren DeAngelis. Austin Henry Dearborn. Jack Hewitt Grogan. Caitlin Elizabeth Hernack. Stephen Douglas Lucier. Charles Cullen Stewart. Samuel Douglas Sussman. Noah Gregory Tonneson.
Hi guys. I wish I could hug you guys right now. So from day one, I could tell that you guys were really special. I've been teaching for 14 years now, and I've always loved my job, except the grading thing. But the past 4 years of my career have been at the top for me. When I think about it, there's one common denominator, and it's you guys. We've spent so much time together. I've even had most of you in my classes. I've never been so close to students before. I've never laughed so much with students before. I've never had such serious discussions with students before. I've never felt more protective of my students before. I've never felt more loved by my students before. And I've never been more proud of my students before now. Don't change, even though you said to, but continue to grow. That's important. I've watched you guys become amazing young adults. I know that you guys are going to be successful in whatever journey you choose. Thank you so much for the past 4 years. I will never forget this group. You all have bags underneath your seats. You saw me delivering them. My intention there was to give you guys one last bowl of cereal, and a dry bowl of cereal, because we know I would likely have forgotten the milk at my house. And I love you all, and please keep in touch so I know how you're doing, and I wish you all the best. Seniors, please rise. I have the honor, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School, to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left. And I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Mr. Pratte's advisory. Zachary V. Clement. Andrew Charles Cooper. Scott Henry Gauthier. Brian Michael Greer. Avery Martin Hudson. Matthew Joseph Capagelis. Laura Ann Pellegrini. Praveen Raj Ramachandran. Catherine Leah Rogers. Elizabeth Marie Shatney. John Patrick Sullivan.
All right, we good? How do we look? I gave myself this haircut. Hi, crew. I'll keep this simple. I have 3 small things I want to talk about. Topic 1 is easy. Just reflect on what you've done. Like Mr. Zokis was saying, for me, this time has gone by quicker than it has for you. I remember how excited you guys were on your first day of freshman year. Your hair was done, you were wearing good clothes, and you were totally absorbed with what was in store for you in high school. At some point, think about everything you've gotten done in the last 4 years. In topic 2, think about what you want after 4 more years. If you think about what you've done in the last 4 years, you can think about all you've accomplished. And in 4 more years, you're more capable now than you ever have been, and you can accomplish a lot more. I want to challenge you to increase your responsibility and to see what you're really capable of in the next few years, and to do what you want to do because it's what you want, not because others think about it in a certain way. Topic 3, aim high, but most importantly, be aiming at something. Your whole school career, teachers have been telling you to make goals, sometimes for an assignment, maybe sometimes for your life. And because it was for school, maybe you just thought it was another assignment. But realize it's important to have goals, big ones and small ones. And when you determine it, remember how capable you are and aim high. Don't worry if the goal changes, you'll be fine. You'll probably learn a lot in your pursuit. You guys have kept my life interesting at school, and you kept me excited to come back for work every day. You've always been a fun bunch to be around, so keep up the good work. I don't know if you guys remember the first day or the first few weeks at school. We had that kickball tournament that we wanted to do, and I didn't really know what I was doing, but I sent you guys around to every single freshman advisory to see if they were down, and you guys did it. I didn't really have to tell you what to do, and that was pretty cool, and I think you should keep up that mindset. If you keep doing that, and you keep going for what you want, you'll be good. And now this. All right, so please rise. I have the honor, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School, to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Mrs. Pratt's advisory. Samantha Grace Campbell. Carolyn Grace Jamin. Megan Maureen Lang. Trey Lewis Ravenel III. Timothy John Richard. Madison Barry Schneider. Abigail Kara Chi. Ethan Davis Van Heerden.
What's that? Okay, so it's been 4 years, but really I've only been with you for 2 years. And from the stories you told me, that was really good timing for me. You've told me about rambunctious little freshmen who played hard and spoke their minds. They spoke a lot. They challenged, they competed, they were noisy, and they had a lot of fun. But they also liked each other, they worked together, and they formed a bond. Thank you, Mrs. Croft. On the first day of your junior year, you came into my tiny little room and we all sat down to talk. You all like to come together every day and talk. That's an advisory dream. You had grown up so much. So in advisory, we had some snacks, we played some games, we got crafty now and then, and we planned Thanksgiving feasts, and we got that in this year. We talked. I told you that the end of your senior year would creep up on us all of a sudden, and we would start to get nostalgic about your time at BHS, and here we are. But it's time to move forward. I get teary when I get nostalgic, so we're not going there. Time to move on. I truly believe that you will all set goals in your lives, and you will achieve them without my words of wisdom. Why do I know that each of you will be successful? Because of who you already are. This is who I see in front of me. A leader. People hear what he wants to say. An idea girl, always coming up with new ideas to help people near and far. An unflustered, take it in stride girl, no matter the circumstances, she just calmly takes it on. An achiever. She wants to know more, how, why, and then she plans her course and she does it. A quiet, goal-minded doer. He doesn't want any fanfare. He just gets busy getting things done. A creative, talented artist who has no idea that this sets her above average. A competitor who plays to win, but he has fun at the same time. And a girl with rose-colored vision. She truly does see the good in all things and all people. If I can go forward and be a little bit more like each of you, I will be a better person. Thank you for being part of my life. And the one piece of advice that I do have is you guys should do that camping trip that you planned. Like, Sam has it all planned. Like, I couldn't advocate for that while I was still in charge, but you really should do it. You'd have fun. Those are in the months to come. So now it's time to graduate. Seniors, please rise. I have the honor, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School, to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By the virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools, and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Mr. Sarsfield's advisory. Dylan C. Bennett. Ryan Christopher Babotis. Allison Rose Brown. Kobe Joseph Brown. He couldn't be with us today. Lauren Paige Burns. Alexander D. Dewitty. Allison Sandra England. Christopher Brian Gangwer. Paige Letzelter. Brian Estuardo Peters. Brianna May Rainey. Evan N. Redmond. Eliza A. Shack. Tyler J. Spires. Jonathan Finney Stodolski. Anya Camille Wilczewski.
Hey everyone. I've been reading a lot and watching a lot recently, and I've heard many people say or talk about how much good can come from things that might seem a little dreary on the surface. And I can definitely agree, because without some of the rough things that have been going on recently, I wouldn't have this opportunity to talk to you and stare at you the way I am now, so I'm pretty lucky. It's also not every day that in advisory we can have some forced family fun and have all of you participate willingly, so this is pretty exciting. But with all that comes the first bit of wisdom that I could think of, and I'm not sure how much I really have, but and basically it's this: someone can really blow it. You can make mistakes, and when it's all said and done, you're gonna still be okay. Mistakes don't end you, and I say that because at some point during this very short moment up here for me, I'm sure I'm gonna mess up and look like a fool at some point. Okay, so even still though, I'm gonna walk out of here, I'm gonna go home, hang with my family, have some snacks, wake up tomorrow, and everything's gonna be fine. So I guess the point is, go make mistakes, make as many as you can. I mean, don't go out and try to make mistakes, but they're going to happen, okay? And don't be afraid to let that happen. Be brave, take all the healthy risks that you can take. It's how you grow, so you should keep doing that. Dylan, Ryan, Allie, Brian, Paige, Chris, Allie E., Alex, Lauren, Brianna, Evan, Eliza, Tyler, John, Anya. You're my family. You were my family the first moment you awkwardly walked in that first day as freshmen. And no amount of time or distance is going to change that in my mind. I love you all and will miss you all dearly. I'm thrilled to get at least one last air high five. I appreciate you. It's still way better than not being able to see you at all. I appreciate this time, so thanks. Seniors, please rise. I have the honor on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the superintendent of schools and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Mrs. Shultz's advisory. Mrs. Shultz, come on up. Zachary Allen Barnard. Caitlin Ann Dindorf. Caroline Nancy Healy. Charles Christopher Nigel Williams. Scott Francis Landis. Ethan Michael McAllister. Margaret Timmis Munson. Catherine Ann Sasso. Catherine Elizabeth Violet. Stephen Andrew Watson. Cecilia Ashton Wong. Lauren Michelle Zebra.
All right. I'm standing before, I can't do this, an amazing group of young men and women. You are scholars, artists, athletes, musicians, humanitarians, and you're just all around wonderful, wonderful human beings. You've enriched my life in so many ways, and I was honored to be your advisor these last 4 years. Your senior year is certainly not one that you're going to forget, but hopefully everything that has changed and has been different these past few months is going to make you stronger and more resilient as you guys go forward. I love you guys, and I wish you all the best. And whatever you do, please stay true to yourselves and stay forever young. Congratulations. Okay. Seniors, this is it. Please rise. I have the honor on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the superintendent of schools and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left. And I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Mrs. Wardwell's advisory. Alexandra Stephanie Bedard. Tori Erica Lynn Blaisdell. Ethan Alexi Klein. Luke Duplessis. Jonathan M. Giroux. Peyton Marie Grenier. Max William Lebelzik. Juliana Christine Martino. Owen Matthew Shapler. Marielle Elizabeth Starrett. Hannah Gail Thomas. Aiden Christopher Wishard.
Good job, good job. Okay. Hi, guys. I just want to soak in your faces for a minute. You can sit, you can have a seat. Mare, Owen, Juliana, Luke, Aiden, Hannah, Max, John, Peyton, Tori, Sasha, Ethan. I heart you. Okay. Advisory. Dear advisory, you all make me proud. Truly, I couldn't be happier or prouder of you than I am today. These past 4 years have been a lot of fun. Seeing your faces, playing games, eating, and having all those really long talks was very much a bright spot for me each and every day. I will miss you all, my senior things. So now, seniors, please rise. I have the honor, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School, to present to you these graduating seniors from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon your high school diploma. You may now remove your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School. Congratulations.
Mr. Woodhead's advisory. Elise Nicole Buchanan. Congratulations. Catherine Johanna Dean. And Caitlin Eby. Gabriel D. Fitzgerald. Alex Kim. Morgan Elizabeth Colmer. Abigail Catherine Mullen. Jackson M. Murphy. Emma Evelyn Pate. Phillip John Rapp. Isaiah Benjamin Saunders. Congratulations, buddy. Nayab Tariq.
Congratulations, Nayab. I have to turn this on. So, you already know how I feel about you. We started all together 4 years ago, and I'm going to miss you. I've actually prepared a brief script, partly so I don't cry. Some parting words. So, I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, with utmost sincerity and all due respect, you have wasted your time. All of you, in so many ways, you know it and I know it. And I say, good for you. Well done. You know why? I myself have wasted most of my life. And on what? On laughter, love, family, and friends. On a job that I care about, and on other people's kids. Helping them develop their brains somewhat, a little bit, I hope. I spent over 50 years frivolously enjoying myself, chasing frisbees, cruising in the Jeep, swimming, fishing, sleeping in, hiking, reading books, watching movies I've already seen, playing bananagrams, riding my bike, eating ice cream, hammering nails and digging my toes into the sand. Oh, and snuggling. All pursuits for which I've received approximately $0. And exactly no promotions, civic awards, or public accolades of any sort. What a waste. That time is gone for good. But those actions were my choice, and I would not change any of them, and I hope you would never change yours either. Because as much as adults are constantly telling you to hurry, hurry, hurry to decide on what your life should be right now, and don't waste time on things that don't further your career, I want to be the voice that tells you, you only find out what you really want by seeing what you do with your time, especially when others perceive it as wasting it. Yes, goals are important, and yeah, money. Except money isn't life. It's nice, but it's not life itself. You can make it and lose it and get it back. Time, however, is different. Time is what makes your life, really. So how can I applaud you wasting it? Because it's your only real true commodity. The COVID quarantine has given many of us a new perspective on how we spend our time. We are discovering things about ourselves that truly make us happy. Life can't be all anticipation and preparation. The happiness of the moment is paramount. The web of connections you make with each other. The giggles you share. The stolen moments of intimacy, romance, friendship, mentorship, understanding. All that life right now matters, more than the future, more than the past. I say, just pick up boldly how you want to waste your time, because the way you use your time will shape the universe. Thanks for wasting some of your time with me in advisory these past 4 years. Go waste your time well, and I'll be proud. All the best to each of you. Seniors, please rise. I have the honor on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bedford High School to present you with these graduating students from the class of 2020. By virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassels from right to left, and I pronounce you graduated from Bedford High School.
Mrs. Woods Advisory. Anna Emily Bagnardi. Geraldine Alejandra Espinoza. Matthew James Landry. Jackson Ryan McDonald Looney.
Seniors, please rise. have the honor on behalf of the faculty and the staff of Bedford High School to present to you these graduating students from the class of 2020. By the virtue of the authority invested in the Superintendent of Schools, and on this occasion designated to me, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma. You may now move your tassel from right to left, and I pronounce you graduates of Bedford High School. And before I let you guys go, you just need to know how so very proud we are of you and your accomplishments, and whichever way your path goes, know that it's yours, and you should follow it however best suits you and your dreams, and you should never, ever, ever hesitate to go after those. Congratulations, we are proud of you, we love you, go forward.
At this time, Mr. Michael Fournier, Superintendent of Schools, will address the class of 2020.
Good morning, faculty, families, school board, and members of the class of 2020. I have two thoughts I'd like to share with you today. The first is one that is important to me and my family. It is this: the journey is more important than the destination. The work you did, the choices you made, and the lives you touched between your first day of school and today have woven together who you are far greater than just one ceremony. So celebrate the journey, not just the destination. And remember this sentiment when you enter your next chapter. Memories, character, and life is built on the journey. The destination is simply the candles on the cake to be celebrated. The second thought I would like to share is that of perspective. We have heard these last few months of what you have lost in your senior year. Perhaps the inverse is actually true. What have you gained? Did you lose each day to be together with your friends? Or did you gain family dinners, quiet reflection, and the slowing of a supercharged busy schedule? Did you lose your senior prom? Or did you gain deeper conversations, connections with people that would have been otherwise missed, or the actual benefit of knowing what it's like to be bored? You see, for the last decade or more, the adults in your lives have known that our kids are overscheduled, stressed out, and filled with anxiety about all they have to do and who they ought to be. Since March, we have been forced to slow down, to take a breath, and to center our thinking and work through the reality of this journey. So, before our world gets too far back to what it once looked like, think about the journey you've taken since March, what you've learned on that journey, and the good ways in which you've been impacted, how you've impacted others, and how you've grown. I'm proud of you and look forward to watching you make an impact on our world, make it a better place with all the lessons that you've learned. Congratulations. I'm proud of you.